All right, so your deployment is now complete. It should take, actually usually takes less than a minute, so it doesn't take that long. So you can tell because you see that right there. And if you want to find your deployment now, if you go to virtual machines, and you choose your subscription in virtual machines, then you will see that you now have a virtual machine that is running. So what we need to do is to connect to it. This is not very difficult at all. So when you click on the virtual machine, you can see the word connect there. If the start is not grayed out, it means your virtual machine is not running. So, but you can see the status right here. It says the virtual machine is running. So I'll click connect, and it will download an RDP file for you. So just click on download RDP file, and then you can save it, and then you can open it, and you can click connect. So don't forget the account that you used and your password. So I'm gonna quickly just sign in to that virtual machine, like so. All right, so I'm now in the virtual machine. So currently this virtual machine is not a domain controller. So what I'm gonna do in this video is to make it a domain controller very quickly. This is a very simple process. Your virtual machine will probably restart once or twice for this process to complete, but once it's done, we will be able to carry on and install SQL. Okay, so I'm going to wait for the server manager to start up. And once the server manager is up and running, then I will go to manage. Actually, there's a couple of things that you want to do first. We don't have to do it now, we can do it later, but let me just do it once and for all. So I'm going to go to local server. This IE enhanced security configuration, I'm just going to turn it off because this is a feature that restricts Internet Explorer from downloading anything from the internet. And later on, we will be going on the visualstudio.com website to download the SQL and the Sharepoint and so on. So yeah, so I'm going to turn it off. Even though it says on, it just needs a refresh and then that'll be done. So I will then, I just closed that server manager. So if you also close the server manager, you know where to find it. So just go to server manager right there and then click here, say add a role, click next. We want a role-based feature, click next. We want to install the role there. So the role that we're looking for is Active Directory Domain Services. So you click add the features, you click next. Just pretty much ignore everything else. I mean, Active Directory is very straightforward to do. So when you click install, it'll take a few seconds. I don't know, 30 to 45 seconds. I'm just gonna pause the video and I'll be right back once it's done. All right, so the Active Directory Domain Services role has been installed successfully. So the next thing we need to do obviously is to promote this machine to be a domain controller. So you do that by going to promote, and then if you've ever set up an AD before, you will obviously understand this process. But if you have not, we're setting up a new forest. We're going to call it abc.com. Click next. And the forest functional level, I'll just leave it at that level, and then I'll choose a password for okay, so your domain controller needs a password. Your Active Directory restore mode needs a password. You only have to set this password one time, and if there's ever a time you need to restore your Active Directory, you would use this password for the restoration. So just remember, so what I just do is I use the same password as my admin password, so it's a lot easier for me to remember. So just click next. Okay, so that's my NetBIOS name. So that's what you're gonna see every single time you log into this machine. So I'll click next again. So this is where Active Directory is going to store all the database files, the log file, and the system volume files where the configuration files are. So I'll click next. I'll click next again. Okay, if the prereq check is taking so long, I'll just pause it and wait for it to come back. All right, so it seems like everything is fine. You're gonna get a couple of warnings, but these are not gonna stop you from moving forward. You can see all prereq check passed successfully, so I'll just click the install. And this is gonna take a few seconds, and the computer is obviously going to restart a few times as well. And I will also just pause the video, so once the installation is done and the computer is restarted, I'll show you what to do in the next. Okay, so my Active Directory installation and configuration is done. Like I mentioned, your computer will restart a couple of times. You just need to wait for the restart, so I would usually just give it like 60 seconds. And then after 60 seconds, I will try to connect to it again. If you remember previously, we downloaded the RDP for it. So virtual machine Azure usually takes very quick, takes no time to start up at all. Okay, so when I click on that RDP file that I downloaded previously, it's asking me to log into AD. Remember, you're no longer logging into the local machine, so I just want to always make sure I am logged into the right virtual machine. So I will preface the username with an ABC, which is the domain name. So when I click OK, I'm guaranteed that I'm logged into OK. I'm pretty sure my password is correct. Okay, there we go. Okay, so our virtual machine is back. It'll take a bit of time before it finally gets you into the desktop environment where you can start working. You can see if your virtual machine starts up for the first time after the installation of your Active Directory, it sort of just applies a bunch of group policy on the machines. Yeah, and once this is ready, I will, in this video, I'll just download 2 additional files and then move on to the next video where I will do SQL installation on the machine. All right, so finally, all the preps were done. The group policy client on the domain controller was applied successfully, and officially my machine is now a domain controller. So if you want to verify that, if you go to Tools now, in your Server Manager dashboards, you will see that we now have Active Directory users and computers. So I'm going to have to set up one or more accounts that I'm going to use. So I'm okay. Well, it really doesn't matter. I don't have to. I could use my current admin account that I created this whole thing with, which is the Sharepoint admin. You can see it right there. I could use that as well. Or usually what I would do is I will set up an org unit and I'll call it service accounts. Okay. And I will put all my service accounts in there. So we'll probably just create another one and call it SQL server. So this will be where the SQL server service account will sit. So I'll come in here, choose user, and say SQL is the name, service is the last name, SQL service is the login name. I'll use the same password. Okay, I don't want this user to change password at next login, so I'll uncheck that. I actually don't want this user to be able to change password at all, and I also don't want the password to expire, so I'll just click next, click finish. I now have a user that I'm going to use for my SQL installation. Okay, so let's go ahead and download SQL and then download Sharepoint 2019 as well. So because I have MSDN subscription, so MSDN is something you get if you're an MCT. I can go to visualstudio.com, my.visualstudio.com, and then I can log in here, and then I can download my Sharepoint and SQL. So let's do that quickly. And you can't see my password, but if I can get it right. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're worried that I'm going to let you sit here and watch me download, no, I'm not going to do that. Downloading in Azure is extremely fast. I think the download speed is about 800 megs. So a 1.5 gig file literally takes less than a minute to download. So on the MCT developer Visual Studio subscription, I will go to download, then I will go to SQL Server. So I want the SQL Server 2019 Enterprise Edition. Yeah, that's fine. So it usually comes pre-built with a product key. And if it doesn't, you can always just get the product key as well. So you can see the product key is not there, no key available. So the enterprise, I don't want the core, so I want the SQL Server 2019 Enterprise. So I'll click on the download button. That should take, it's 1.3, so it shouldn't really take long. I mean, look at that. So that's like 1 second. Yeah, I wish I had the internet like that at home. That'll be cool. Okay, so before I get carried away, let's just go for Sharepoint 2019 as well. So I'm going to download and install Sharepoint 2019. And yeah, well, this one does have a key, so I'm not going to download it while you guys are watching, but I'll get the key later and I'll just save it offline. Okay, so it looks like both our downloads are complete. Oh, the Sharepoint is also going to take 1 second. I also need to install the Visual Studio Management Studio, SSMS. So I usually just go download SSMS, and that would take me to a place where I can download SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. It's just a management tool that makes it really easy for you to manage SQL Server in this environment. So okay, I'll save that, and that would also take about a second. All right, so all 3 files are downloaded. So when we come back in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to go through and install SQL Server, then install the SQL Management Studio, and then in the final video, we'll go ahead and install Sharepoint. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see my next video.